It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you.
Hello, what's up guys? In this video, a powerful statement from some Arewa youth is setting social media on fire after they claim Nnamdi Kanu warned Nigerians years ago about the security crisis they believe is unfolding today. They argue that instead of taking those warnings seriously, the authorities choose to jail him. And now, many people are asking difficult questions. The speaker insisted that the warning was dismissed as politics and even labeled as hate speech by some people. But according to him, the realities on the ground have forced many Nigerians to revisit those old statements. He also questioned why some separatist figures have regained their freedom while Kanu remains in detention, saying the difference in treatment deserves national attention. Even more surprising was his warning that if the government continues to ignore the growing security concerns, local communities may begin looking for their own ways to protect themselves. He also called for dialogue, stronger community leadership, and urgent action before the situation gets worse. But the most shocking part is what he said about why many northern voices are now changing their position. You don't want to miss that revelation. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look, guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Anybody complaining about the atrocities of the Janjaweeds at this point in time must remember to give Nnamdi Kanu his flowers, because he saw this like 10 years ago. So what you are seeing now, you are seeing because it's manifesting. He saw it before it started manifesting. But the funny thing we'll ask ourselves is, what was actually his problem? What did he do? Funny enough, he's in incarceration now, right? And why is he incarcerated? As far as I'm concerned, it's a situation of my plan is good, my method harsh, or everybody they talk say yeah to do. Abi? Because let's look at it. And in talking about his method harsh, everybody talks say to do. What were the options on the table? The options on the table was the fact that the government do the needful. But did the government do the needful? They didn't. Rather, they are playing politics around the whole thing till we now have the full-blown manifestation. So I think it will do you well to equally call for the release of this man, sincerely speaking. Because the fact is, there's this thing about being a realist. When you want to be a realist, things you are going to say, it will look like hate speech, like you hate people. But it's just for the intellectual minds to understand your message that is not born out of hate, but is born out of reality. No, they sweet for ear. Reality, no, they sweet for ear. Now, political talks, grammatical accuracy. Now, in the sweet for ear, they get good intonations and as if nothing is at stake. But the last time I checked, when the life of a man is at stake, there's nothing you can do to preserve that. And that was exactly the situation that happened. And let's now look at it. Sunday Igboho has been released now, and gradually he's activated into the community, doing the same thing that Nnamdi Kanu is in detention for. Because anybody that wants to argue with me is not the same thing. I'm telling you, they are virtually the same thing. Not virtually, they are the same thing. Calling for the emancipation of the Odudua, it was there. Having a security outfit, whether local or whatever, is there. Lives lost as a result of the struggle is there. So, what is now the difference? What is now the difference? Well, because possibly speaking in all fairness, because this thing, what would they talk now? If Igbo man talk, no problem for Igbo man. Because Igbo man, most especially when it comes to, at times back in the north, they say, oh, Biafra, Nyamiri, Biafra. It doesn't like us. But let's look at it. This same group of people, you say they don't like us, they hate us, or whatever they want to achieve Biafra. Listen to what this man said. And look at it, whether it was all about trying to masculate people to their own part. And let's look at it. in the presence of in the presence of a good governance, you know, the issue of indigenship, non-indigenship will not arise. That's in the spirit of the constitution, right? And in that vein, Igbo lawmakers proposed a situation where whoever have stayed for so number of years in a particular place becomes an indigent. But what happened? It was rejected. Still an Igbo man, Abi. It was rejected. And now you want people to sit down and fold their hands and say that whoever stays in this particular place for so number of years, look at what we're battling with. They are struggling indigenship in Plateau now, but when you go to Kano, Katsina, Zamfara, or whatever, that one is clear. Nobody has taken that one to court. Nobody is arguing that one because they know you cannot get it. You dare not even talk about it. So, will it be wrong if somebody said there's a conquest ideology here? And the fact is, well, the Hausas and minority tribes or whatever are beginning to see this as well. But the fact is, the earlier the government do something about this, the better. But at the end of the day, if nothing is done, I see a big problem, real issue. I am telling you, real issue. And the fact is, when the government fails in their responsibility, people must definitely take the law into... They will become government of their own. Just like what is happening. Say there are government apparatus in Igbohu town or whatever. But you saw the recent utterance of Igbohu in regards people that were napped in his own part. Were there no government there? But I bet you if that was coming from an Igbo man, I'm telling you possibly he will be picked. So, I don't actually understand what is going on in Nigeria. Allah. I don't know what is happening. The fact is, there is actually a problem. When you see it, you talk about it. But you see in the midst of all these things now, Tinubu is failing to do anything in this regards, believing in this political adventure as a solution. But I want to ask you, have you ever thought of Nigeria after your presidency, even if you are to give him 15 years? Have you ever thought of what becomes of that if these fundamental issues are not solved? And a lot of people have proposed a lot of proposals. Even in my previous videos, I've made a lot of proposals. I say, okay, let's not say you are going to pursue all the Fulanis or whatever, concluding that they are all Janjaweeds. But the fact is, the ones you have at the moment, I think at this point in time, there is need for you to call community leaders. And what are even the traditional rulers doing? At this point in time, there's supposed to be a town hall meeting, a general dialogue, where these people will be called. And I'm telling you, the Fulanis have a structure that everybody is known. So if they want to account for everybody through the Ardos, I'm telling you, they will be known. So in places where they are resident, call a meeting and let them identify these people and possibly say, these are the people we know, these are the ones we can account for. Any other person you see, any other place is actually not part of us. As simple as that. But it will never be done. Politicians will keep deceiving people that we are working seriously on that. We have budgeted so billion to procure arms. No, the recent conflict in Iran is stopping us from purchasing arms to fight these bandits or whatever. As if this thing just happening all of a sudden. Well, the fact is, at this point in time, we're in gear 4 or be 5. So may God help us. Because just like I keep saying, if the government cannot do anything about it, the first thing, survival instinct, people must survive. And in surviving now, people must devise means by any way possible. And I'm telling you at this point in time, I will not be that kind of a person that will come and tell you that rely on the government is going to address this, because as it's evidence, the government is, I don't know whatever is holding them, but they can't. So my best proposal, gone are the days you rely on police, military, whatever. At this point in time, every local community As Igbohu is activated, every community must have an Igbohu. Every community must have an Igbohu, or something even better than that. Because that is the practical solutions to what we have at hand at the moment. But if you think the government, whatever is going to address this, you are a joker. You are absolutely a joker. And at the same time, I think, duh, because let's look at it. What is actually, in as much as we keep claiming that we are fighting these people, I am telling you, the more you are unaliving like 200, you have 5,000 coming from other places. So the fact is, the basic thing is account for the ones you have in Nigeria at the moment. And we should be talking about automation, because funny enough, a lot of these people doesn't have even any form of identity. And is it not funny how they can...
These are the repentant Boko Haram members swearing by the Quran that they have completely dissociated themselves with any form of religious extremism and wrong ideological beliefs.
We told them to abide by the terms and conditions of the Quran. That is, not to go back to any form of violence, not to support the enemy, and to support the armed forces in the ongoing counter-insurgency operation. And
they should go back to their community, live with community there, work together, and they should not isolate themselves or form any group.
Traditional leaders, heads of paramilitary organizations, and academicians advised the youths to consider their reintegration as a second chance to become useful members of the society, calling on the society generally to continue supporting them by showing understanding, compassion, and acceptance. There were testimonies by some of the former Boko Haram members, especially the adverse effect of insurgency, peace, security, and cohesion.
This is the question I keep asking myself. What is the exactly terrorists that Nnamdi Kanu is doing and those people have never do in their life? Boko Haram, we are talking about people who just go to mosque or church to put a bomb and burn people, burn army, burn police, burn innocent people. Burn people for no reason. But the Nigerian government or Borno state government have forgiven them. And it now even command them to go back to their community and live freely. Free mind, that they should free their mind, they should feel good, they should feel very comfortable. Somebody from the east will now ask the releasing of his brother Nnamdi Kanu. You now say, no, this person, you don't like Muslim, you don't like Arewa people. Are you not stupid? Those people have killed people, but they have now repented. Now this person have never killed anybody by himself. He have never taken a gun to shoot person. This is the same thing I keep asking myself. I keep telling people to go and watch Nnamdi Kanu videos. He have never by himself take a gun, shoot person. He have never. But they keep declaring him as a bandit. They keep declaring him as a terrorist. And you can't sit down as a person and think for yourself. Those people are Boko Haram who kill Muslim, both Christian, kill innocent people and bomb them. And nothing happened. They have been granted and they are now free. They are repented Boko Haram, but this one is life imprisonment. Are you not stupid? Are you not stupid? Can't you think? Are they think for you? Can't you think? Say think for yourself. As it's not that think for yourself. Think for yourself. Why this man is life imprisonment, and the others are now they are even asked them to go and live freely. 95% of Arewa people believe that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. I mean us, we Arewa people, we believe that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. Then ask a northerners, ask me why Nigerian government and our Arewa leaders call him a bandit or a terrorist. It's very clear. There is no answer. The only answer a northern leader will tell you about this man who fight for his people is that he's a terrorist. They kill northerners. They kill Muslims. The funny part of this history is that Nnamdi Kanu have never in his life take a gun with ammunition to shoot any person in his life. We northerners, we don't know this. A lot of food, many of us, I can say 99% of youth in the northern Nigeria believe he's a terrorist. When you say terrorist, it means a person who kill, who do a lot of things failed collecting money, and a lot of things. But the funny part of this history, this man have never hand over gun with his hand and shoot any person in his life. Even the court charged him to jail him life in prison. The court charged him that he speak in the radio station and televisions, which make youth to take a bad action in the Nigerian police, Nigerian armies. But this man have never in his life hand over a gun to shoot person. But why Nigerian government call him a terrorist? Why our leaders teach us that these people are Biafrans, they are terrorists? Why can't you tell the people of Arewa that this man, this is the reason why he's fighting, this is the reason why we call him a terrorist? But no reason, no anything, you just declare person as a terrorist? Is it how it works? And we Arewa, you now use your selfishness to say that all we should believe that they hate Muslim, they don't like Islam. This Nnamdi Kanu, he have no problem with Islam religion, but he have problem with banditry, Boko Haram, kidnappers, criminals, and a lot of banditry in the government. Release Nnamdi Kanu. We Arewa people, we don't have problem with him. We don't have problem with him. Release him. Release him. We don't have problem with him. We don't. You cannot just declare person as a terrorist and you are forgiving Boko Haram in Borno State, calling them repented Boko Haram, and Katsina State, calling them repented kidnappers. We cannot keep quiet when all these things are happening. You release kidnappers, you now hold a Igbo man. Where are you going to see a peace in your country? You can never see peace in your
Sunday Igboho created Iruekun. Nnamdi Kanu created ESN. Nnamdi Kanu created ESN to protect his land, to protect his people from bandit terrorists, but instead they locked him in prison and claimed he's a terrorist, that IPOB is a terrorist. But Sunday Igboho that created Iruekun was given permit. They get gone. They are entering bush. I'm seeing videos of them coming outside that they in Ibadan. They have arrested bandits, suspected bandits. So Sunday Igboho now is not powerful than DSS, police, soldier, everybody together. He's the only one that can have permit to go and be securing Ibadan. But in Nnamdi Kanu, you go and lock him in prison and tag him a terrorist. Is it not the same thing? What is making Sunday Igboho and his boys to carry gun up and down, claiming that they are securing Yoruba land, and you say Nnamdi Kanu that created the same thing is terrorist, and you put him inside prison? Is there something you people are not explaining to us? Can anybody explain to me how Sunday Igboho is permitted with his boys to be carrying gun up and down, but you tag Nnamdi Kanu terrorist? You never get any video where Nnamdi Kanu carry gun. The both agenda is to protect their land, but you gave Sunday Igboho a free hand to be roaming about, to be arresting people, catching people. They beat them and they say now they be suspected bandits. But Nnamdi Kanu is inside prison. Can you see what is going on in Nigeria? Sentiment. Later now, if Igbos come outside, come and say, Nigerians hate the Igbos, the love for the Igbos is not real. You people will be shouting that, they are being tribalistic, they are being this, that. Tell us, explain to someone that is not tribalistic, explain to us, what is there? Like, what is the basis? What is the difference? What is making Nnamdi Kanu be in prison right now and Sunday?
It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. It is the spillover of their same, should I say, terror effects that we are feeling right across the South. That was why we said with the launch of ESN that we cannot allow that nonsense to continue. They know they are not going to make any headway in the East. They have turned their attention to the West. They are forcibly occupying their land and telling them that they cannot do anything about it. A whole presidency in a country openly and brazenly supporting terrorists. All of you watching and listening all over the world, you know that Miyetti Allah is a terrorist organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are doing. Anywhere you have Fulani headsmen, terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh, they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of it. But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu will emerge as the president, or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity exhibited by Hausa peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto from them, that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them, that enabled Fulani to take even Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason, you don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost. All of you are repeating the exact same mistakes that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of it. They are all suffering from what I would an advanced version of the Stockholm Syndrome. Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they said we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa Fulani. Because that time, their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you what is happening now. Fulani have now come out to tell you we are Fulani people. Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists. Do you want the same thing to happen to you? Do you want the same thing to happen to your families? To your villages? Do you want your towns, let's say Ogbomoso, to be renamed into a Fulani name? Do you want Onitsha to answer a Fulani name? Forget all the nonsense about unity of Nigeria. All they are uniting against is your common interest. Unless you prefer epileptic power supply, unless you prepare to live your whole life without running water, unless you want to live in abject poverty and deprivation, your only alternative is a revolution. Let nobody discourage you. All the countries of the world doing very, very well, they all went through a revolution. You must go through it. If you don't go through it, you can never ever survive. As a people, Fulani will take you over.
Release Nnamdi Kanu. An injustice to one is an injustice to all. And those who clap for injustice, by the special grace of God, you will one day have a taste of it. Terrorists and bandits are going up and down, doing all sorts of havoc in northern Nigeria, in western Nigeria. Where is Leah Sharibu today? Deborah was set ablaze in Sokoto. What is the justice we are talking about here? Nnamdi Kanu is the least of our problems in this country. Where is the justice? Nnamdi Kanu shine masala mu a Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu shine masala mu a Nigeria. Allah bayana kallon mu. God is watching everyone that is seeing the injustice in this country, that is clapping hand for it. I pray for you this morning. You and your family will have a taste of injustice. You release Nnamdi Kanu.